Hi guys, so May Mayhem has finally arrived for Townstar and it's just around the corner, so let's get into what we do know so far. So very first off, let's just get the first confirmation of, and that is that Townstar will be played on GODOT. So the competition and all competitions going forward and the May Mayhem will happen on the new GODOT engine, and that brings some benefits to the whole May Mayhem competitions. The first thing, it gives the Gala or Townstar better control of stopping and keeping cheaters away from Townstar, which is always a good thing. There will be no land rushes, which is also a major thing. I'm just pointing out some of the major issues that I feel is relevant. The other thing also is you won't need to keep your PC on 24/7 now. You will be able to have your computer put it off and let your town run while you're offline. That makes it also a lot better for especially if you're in a third world country where you have power issues or you can't run your computer 24/7. And then obviously some better performances are promised with the GODOT engine. The competitions will have various metas. All these metas will be announced closer to each week's competition. Competitions will be weekly now instead of bi-weekly. This may run until end of July. Keep that in mind. So May Mayhem might just stretch, or is actually stretching past just Mayhem, but goes through May until the end of July. There will be three ways to earn through the May Mayhem competitions. The first would be the competitions, which is weekly. Then they are milestones that are set up for us to reach, and then there is referrals where you can earn up to 25% of the referral or the milestone points that your referrals reach. And if the previous May Mayhems is anything to go about, there was always some mystery prizes chucked in between. Those were, I'm guessing there will be some, not confirmed at the moment, but I do think there will be some, and we'll hear some of those closer to the time. And as far as we know, the total prize pool for this May Mayhem will be $1 million in Gala tokens. Let's look at the weekly competitions and the Milestone Rewards that you can receive through the May Mayhem competitions. The referrals, I'm not going to go too much into that. It boils down to you will be earning 25% of whatever milestones your referral reaches. If your referral reaches all of the milestones, you can earn up to 1,750 Gala tokens from each referral. The mystery prizes also is more my speculation based on previous years' history. As in the previous years, they basically added, I would say, chuck in or sideline earning potentials, side quests, or just some small mystery prizes, achievements and stuff you had to do to get some weird or just some mystery prizes. So I do think that'll happen again. In the past, like they had the uniform builds where the people that made the most uniforms got prizes on the play to earn service, not the competition service, etc. So once again, it's just speculation, but I do feel something like that will happen again. First, let's look at the weekly competitions. If we look at the weekly competitions, they will be keeping the new structure of rewards that they just recently announced, which is basically set out as, so you've got your top 10 players, then your top 10 to 25, to 26 to 50, 51 to 100, 100 to 225, and so forth. The reward structure goes on for the top 1,200 players. So, and if you reach the between 900 and 1,200, at the current value of Gala, you will be earning 100 Gala tokens, which accounts to about $3.9. And with that, you will also be earning a NFT. The NFT rarity will be based on the ghost cards. As an example, I just put this year of the competition from April 18th, where the ghost card was a energy plant booster ghost card, a diamond, platinum, legendary, epic, and rare. So that would be your basic structure of the competitions every week. There will be every week a competition. There's 5 weeks in May Mayhem. However, the weekly competitions, by the sounds of it, will go past on a weekly basis until the end of July. At the end of the July, they might review this and change it back to bi-weekly. Competitions normally starts on a Tuesday and normally goes on for 4 days at a time. So keep that in mind. The metas of the competitions is announced basically the Friday before the week. So make sure that you attend the AMA or keep an eye on Discord to be notified of that. The other option or other thing they also did is, if you've played in May Mayhem in the previous years, you will get a boost in your earnings, either of 25% or 60%. So if you played just in 2022, you will get a boost of 25% in your earnings, and if you've played in both 2021 and 2022, you'll get a 60% boost in your earnings. Just make a note that you will not get both. You won't get 40 plus another, let's say you're the number one player, you will get, if you played only 1 year, last year it will be 50,000. You won't get 40 plus 50, so you will just get an extra 10,000. Or if you're one of the lower end players, let's say the last player in the batch, you will get an extra 25 tokens per competition. So it's not 100 plus 125. Just make sure you understand that correctly. So yeah, you can see that makes a big difference. So let's talk about the last player ranked 1,200. Your earning will be then 125 Gala tokens instead of 100, or 160 Gala tokens instead of 100. Keep in mind, Gala may change any of these rewards and may change even the rules or structures of each competition. So we need to keep our eyes open on every Friday for the next week's competition. Let's look at the Milestone Rewards. So the Milestone Rewards is basically 6 milestones that need to be achieved. The 6 milestones will exponentially increase based off the previous milestone reward. So you'll have, the first one would be complete 10 trades. For that you'll get 100 Gala, and it's the first one, so you'll get 100 Gala for that. The second one is complete 50 trades. Also reward is 100, but you'll get that times 2, so you'll get 200 Gala, bringing your total to 300 Gala that you will be earning if you've completed the first 2 milestones. The third milestone is ranked better than 1,200 in any one competition. So there are a total of 13 competitions, because we're going to start as of May and the last one will be on the 25th of July. So in total there's 13 competitions, unless some of them fall away. we'll get confirmation of that maybe later on, but at the moment, as it is being said, we'll do 13s or weekly competitions, which basically works out to 13 competitions. So you need to achieve rank, at least rank 1200 in one of those competitions as well. That will give you 400 Gala, which will bring your total to 700 total Gala. The next milestone would be ranking better than 1200 in at least 4 competitions. That will give you 800 Gala, bringing your total to 1500 in total rewards. So all this is quite achievable for most players, as the player base is not that big at the moment. So it's fairly easy to achieve. Everybody should be able to do the first 2. The 5th milestone, however, might become a little bit more difficult, and you have to do better than 1200 in at least 7 competitions and better than 800 in at least 1 competition. That will give you 1600 Gala, bringing your total earnings then to a total of 3100 Gala. And then the last milestone is you have to be better than 1200 in at least 10 competitions. And in that 10 competitions, you also have to have at least competitions where you were better than 800th position, and 1 competition where you were better than 500th. So once again, remember, you've got 13 competitions to achieve this. And this also gives us time to note that if you do that and you achieve that, you'll get a total of 6,300 tokens. You will also note, just for reference, if you refer somebody and they achieve this, you will be earning up to 1,575 tokens from their earnings. They will still get all their earnings, however you will also get some. So that is how the competition rewards or milestone rewards will be working. I hope that helps or clarifies some of the questions. Gala still has the right to change some of this, so keep in mind that there might be changes. If so, we'll do an update on the video, but for now I think that's the basics that we need to know. So in the meantime, guys, if you like the video, like and subscribe, and if you don't have a Gala membership, please use my link in the description to join up. Thank you for watching, like and subscribe.